We got you.
Hi, welcome to week
Welcome.
2 of our Fort Worth Screen Printing
30
Dirt
laps.
Street Stock
The air
Tour.
temp is
30 laps,
72
heat
Fahrenheit.
race 1, 40 laps, race 2, 5-minute warm-up. The initial start is on green. All restarts will be on the leader. Pace truck must leave the field, and you are able to fire after you reach the final 2 billboards. And
All right, let's go ahead and run through our starting lineup for feature number 1, presented by our friends at Liber 12. We got Colin Teague in the 12 on the pole. Cliff Mullins will start second, Will Ashbrenner in third. Joseph Pratt will roll off in fourth. Cody Ernest will start in fifth. Damon Nagel sixth. Chris Alkire in seventh. Then you have Ethan Evers eighth. Henry Koloff in ninth. Scott Elston 10th. And Ashton Tackwell will start 11th. 11 cars for feature number 1. Appreciate Labor 12 for that starting lineup music as we blitz through this field and get set for our 2 races here at Port Royal. 2 features, 30 laps, then we'll invert the field and run 40. What up, Beach? Hey, Beach, can you do me a favor? Can you hop over to the YouTube and see if it's working over there? Please and thank you. Oh hell, Cliff's racing. Y'all are in trouble. Ask him one word to describe his expectations. That could be fun. I'll have to do just that here in a sec. Appreciate you. Pace truck's off. We're getting set to do battle here at Port Royal. We are underway here on the dirt. Port Worth Screen Printing Dirt Street Stock Tour. Second week of racing. This is our 3rd race overall, so we run 2 a night. Colin T, Cliff Mullins. Oh, they make contact, and Alkire goes into the inside wall in the background, along with the 63 of Henry Koloff. So far, we stay green as those 2 cars collected one another, and nobody went by why they were slowed down. iRacing cautions are the only kind that we get here. So we stay green for the time being. Sure, those 2 cars will try to gather it up and try to stay on lead lap and hope for another caution. Cliff Mullins fell to 4th after being put in the wall by Colin Teague. Colin not making any friends lately. He's got Joseph Pratt hot on his tail in the white car. And Damon Nagel rides in 3rd, Cliff Mullins 4th. Pratt putting the pressure on our leader, Colin Teague. Teague gets all kinds of out of shape. Pratt's going to turn it to the inside, and I believe he'll get the lead here. And that he will. Pratt slides up into the lead in front of the 12 of Colin Teague. And Damon Nagel running that high line, trying to take over 2nd spot from Teague. Teague now putting pressure back on for the lead, but he's going to get the back end. Too much rotation. Damon Nagel going to get to the outside and put the pressure on for that 2nd spot. Damon should be able to clear here, and does, as Colin Teague struggling on that inside line. You see Ethan Evers in the Bud car, 25 Tackwell back there battling. That's for the 5th spot. And Cliff Mullins in between them. Ethan running that Dale Jr. Bud machine. Looks strange on the dirt, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Ethan up and into the fence. He's actually going to try to get on the outside of Cliff Mullins here. What the heck? How we doing? Ethan Evers takes over the spot. It's working fine. Thank you, Beach. Joseph Pratt out front. Damon Nagel 2nd. Then we got this Colin Teague machine 3rd. Then this great scrap here. Ethan Evers, Ashton Tackwell, Cliff Mullins, Cody Ernest. All piled up here together. Ernest going to wrap it right around the bottom. Very good car control on that 88 machine. Making his way towards the front. No Blake Giglio tonight. I heard he had issues trying to get to the track on time. We don't see the 16 machine, excuse me. 12 is in 3rd. Joseph Pratt just joined the league right before the session got going. He's out there putting on a show so far, out ahead of Damon Nagel, then Colin Teague, Ethan Evers, Ashton Tackwell, Cody Ernest, Cliff Mullins, Scott Elston, Will Ashbrenner, and Henry Koloff and Here's Alkire. Those machines struggling a little bit at the start. Alkire still struggling. Gets it gathered up. He's going to try to get on down the road. Hope for a caution to catch back up. This group's trying to give it to him. They've been racing hard. 4th, 5th, 6th on back. Ethan Evers currently holding that 4th spot. And you have the 25. They make contact. Ashton Tackwell gets into his left rear, then lets him go. That'll help Cody Ernest get into position, but nowhere for him to take that momentum. Tackwell's going to go all the way to the bottom, slide up at the slide job in front of Ethan Evers. Ethan gives him a bit of a break as he lifts and doesn't turn the 25, and Cody Ernest keeps his momentum up, takes it to the bottom. He's going to try to pick off Ethan Evers here. And he'll take a spot away from Ethan. He'll go up into the top 5. Seems most of the field now running up high, right up along that wall. Oh no, someone just blew up. I believe it was the 43 of Alkire. Hopefully he can get off the track. Might bring out our caution here as he is stopped, and there it is. Get our first caution of this feature number 1 as the 43 of Alkire explodes the motor.
No, I saw the 3rd. Oh yeah, I should know you're the highlighter car.
Sorry about that, guys. I tried to tell.
All good. By the way, am I allowed to like pit here, or sort of like not pit entrance?
Okay.
Pit road is halfway down the back stretch. It's going to be opening in the wall. That's where
Hello,
it's
Hunter.
at. Yeah, go ahead. Pit if you need.
Sitting on driver's chat right
Alright,
now.
I'll go by.
See what they're talking about under caution.
Yeah, don't do the front stretch shift to a penalty. I didn't practice, so I didn't know.
Hey, Scott, can you tell me how these start to work after the first one, man, if you don't mind? I tried to hear you, but I couldn't get all of that from you.
Restarts was you got lane choice.
You're dead and hate
after
the
the
gym.
pace truck leaves the field track, and we reach the last 2 billboards in turn 4, then you can go at any time.
So the billboard that says Zimmerman? Or, oh, these last 2 right here. Okay, I got you.
That is correct. The one's right there, that Holderman one. And you get lane choice right now, up or down.
Okay, I'll take
71's going to choose top, send Nagel to the inside. Got a few cars on pit lane, Ethan Evers among them. Alkire's repaired his motor, he's heading back out. Koloff heading back out. The bad thing for Alkire, he did go a lap down. It's the Navy machine. Popped the motor. He heads back out on track. Budweiser 8 rejoins the field. He's going to have to boogies. These guys are ready for the restart already. Joseph Pratt gets us restarted using the top lane. And there goes Colin Teague once again making no friends, bouncing off, I believe that was Ashton Tackwell. Those two are friends with one another, but they are quite definitely banging the wheels there. Colin Teague then hits the wall for good measure. Colin done hit everything but the pace car tonight, I think. Pratt out to the lead, Damon Nagel second. Tackwell has taken third. Colin Teague fourth, and Cody Ernest your top 5. Then Cliff Mullins, Scott Elston, and Will Asherbrenner, Henry Koloff, Ethan Evers, as he was late to join the field, and then Alkire a lap down. It'll be a long feature for Alkire because we don't get wave arounds in this series thanks to caution laps not counting. If you wave them around,
So sorry. I thought you were gonna be a little bit lower than that.
it doesn't do anything. I believe Asherbrenner and the second caution waves. Alkire involved as well. Go back and see what unfolds here. Looks like Alkire was late to the party. And there is Asherbrenner going around with the 63 of Koloff. Jump back and watch those two. And there it goes. Ugh, Alkire couldn't get wound up in time. Smacks in the back of the 83. You heard the apology from the 63 car saying he was not expecting the 83 to be up as high as it was. quickly back under caution. Caution laps, as we were saying, don't count, so it's impossible to get a wave around and get a lap back, because if you go around, you're still in the same lap. Call off getting the fast repair after being caught up in that one. His way to pit exit. He'll rejoin the fight. Seems Pratt's chosen top once again.
Taking high.
There is
Yes,
confirmation.
sir. High as kite.
They are way back from the pace truck. Holy cow. Thought iRacing was broken for a minute until I saw the pace truck way up ahead of them. There goes the pace truck already leaving the track. They're still half a lap away from getting to the restart area. Now we're in the restart zone, and here we go. Joseph Pratt, quick, get restarted. Damon Nagel actually
I missed the gear. That's on me.
gives him a little bump there.
All good.
Colin Teague running the wall. Teague bouncing off of Nagel, bounces Nagel into Ernest. Ernest hangs onto it. Nagel hangs onto it. Colin Teague has collected 2 more cars for the list of things he's hit tonight. I think he's hit everything but the pace car. Cliff Mullins digging down bottom in the 37. Damon Nagel to his outside along with Cody Ernest. Mullins picks up 1 spot as he gets ahead of Nagel. Now he's going to run the middle. It's not perfect till he hits the pace car, right? Halfway through feature number 1. Nagel is able to get back around Mullins. Pretty good scrap here for that 5th spot. Now you go 3 wide as Ethan Evers tries to power it up on the outside line. He makes contact with Nagel. Nagel makes contact with Mullins. Definitely a full contact race here at Port Royal. Colin Teague, Cody Ernest. Colin Teague big time out of shape. Cody Ernest trying to stay off of him. Did a really good job avoiding him. Cliff gets a little too much rotation. Ethan Evers gets into him, tends him into the inside wall. Cliff keeps it going. We'll stay green, but that's going to hurt Mullins in this race. Pratt out in front of Tackwell and Teague. Cody Ernest up to 4th after starting deep in the field. Ethan Evers running 5th, and Call-Off. Call-Off's going to loop it, and that'll bring out the caution. He collects the 35 of Elston. He gets to the wall, and Elston actually saves the caution as he pushes the front end of the 63 back around before the back end gets too far, and iRacing decides he didn't go around far enough. Elston keeping the race green. Looks like the line now for Port Royal has moved right up to the wall on both ends of the track. From just about everyone riding the wall. Pratt, Tackwell, Teague, Ernest, and Evers, your top 5, and then Nagel. Cliff Mullins is actually back up to 7th with all the other cars going back there with him. Now he has Call-Off pass him on the inside line. Scott Elston trying to make his way up into the fight. Front guys are kind of single file. The fun's back here. Check in on Damon Nagel. He's still hot on the tail of Ethan Evers. And up here we have a 3-car battle, but they're all still single file. Oh, Colin Teague smacks the wall hard. Cody Ernest going to go to the inside. Oh, Cody Ernest hit Colin Teague in the wall, but it slowed down Ernest more than it did Teague. He kept it throttled up and drives away. So much wall riding going on. Damon Nagel in 5th now. It's gotten by Ethan Evers. You have this battle, Scott Helston, Koloff, and Cliff Mullins. 8 laps to go from Port Royal. Seems about everybody struggling as the line has gone all the way to the wall. Most cars are just bouncing right off of it. Watch our leader here. He gets about, I don't know, 2 inches of the wall. Doesn't need to be pushing right now. Tackwell only in 2nd and slowly gaining on our leader. Oh, he clobbered the wall that time. That actually cost them some time. Colin Teague in 3rd. Cody Ernest all running the high line. Damon Nagel up top. Ethan trying to find some ground through the middle. Scott Elston's pulled away from Koloff. And Cliff Mullins has fallen back from that group. And there's Ashbrenner riding in the top 10. Alkire still trying to get a hang of things. Out there in 11th. Here comes the race leader. So now got him strung out all the way around the track. Here's your top 4. Bit of a gap back to Damon Nagel now. Now Pratt's even in the wall. Looks like that into the track is just brutal. Turns 3 and 4. Pulling everybody into the wall. And now even Pratt's bouncing it off the wall in 1. This is kind of how it went in sprint cars, but the sprint cars, the wheels stick out and they didn't go as smoothly. We ran Port Royal in sprints, with the dirt street stocks going much better. Can bounce it off the wall and keep on going. Battle for 2nd heating up between Teague and Tackwell with 3 to go. Teague's run down Tackwell. At this point, no one's even trying to avoid the wall. Lots of wall riding going on. It's actually helping them catch the leader. Leader passes Alkire, puts him, I think, 2 laps down now. Tackwell to the inside of Alkire. He's got to navigate the lap traffic. Alkire gets into the wall. Colin Teague, nowhere to go, gets into the back of him, loops it around. It's the white flag lap, so nothing can be done. That allows Cody Ernest to take away 3rd. You hate to see it. And Pratt going to come in and win feature number 1. Tackwell 2nd, Ernest in 3rd. Colin Teague drops to 4th. Damon Nagel.
The 2nd race is going to be interesting. How the cushion's going. It's going to get in slicker.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Top 3 to the waiting room.
Pratt, Tackwell, Ernest to the waiting room.
Track is open during the warm-up. Good race while it lasted, Joseph.
Pratt, Tackwell, Ernest.
Yes, sir. Like I said, stop giving me the gear, man.
Beep, 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 beep. Pratt, Tackwell, Ernest. See if we can track them down in the interview rooms. I don't see any of them. Guess none of them want to talk to us. There's Ernest. Cody, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha. What's up?
Well, that was an interesting first little race there with the cushion getting pushed up all the way to the wall. Feature number 2, I'm afraid, going to be more of the same. How are you going to get some passing done now that you got to go to the back of the field for feature 2?
I have no idea because we're just beating off the wall right now. And there's no passing at all. I wouldn't have got that unless they got together like they did.
And 4, we'll see how it shakes out. Good luck to you.
Hopefully something comes. Hopefully there's something on the bottom that we can run because right now there's nothing at all.
10-4. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Hope you can find a groove to run in and see if we can't get you back towards the front.
Hey, thanks, man.
Cody Ernest finishing in 3rd. Now we'll go grab Ashton Tackwell. Phil, let me drag him. There we go. Ashton, DG, you got a copy?
I have a copy.
Well, looked like it was a fun time out there. You held on for second, even though you had a lot of pressure there from your buddy Colin Teague. Able to bring it home. Go ahead.
Let
me know I was there for sure.
Any other reference
He was there
to
for
these
sure.
billboards?
Yeah, for sure. And it looked like it was a pretty wild time. The line pushed right up to the wall, hard to pass there towards the end.
I'm terrified for the second race. It's going to get even worse.
10-4. Well, good luck coming from the back in feature number 2. We'll see what you can do.
I feel like I roughed up that lap car a little bit in the last lap because I knew if he got the top, I had 0 chance to get to Damien, or Cody, I meant. But yeah, I'll see what I can do in the second race.
10-4. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Go get the 51 of Joseph Pratt. Joseph DG, you got a copy?
What's up, mate?
There he is. Well, you joined in here late, and then you went ahead and got yourself a win. How good does that feel?
Oh, man, I tell you what, it feels better than the first time I laid down when I was 13 years old, man.
10-4. Well, congrats on the strong opening run, but now you got to go to the back. How do you think you can get some passing done with that top lane as bad as it is?
Top lane, man. That's top's my favorite.
I know that's where the speed is, but it's one groove. How you gonna get passing done?
You know, I mean, just a real clean slide job. You know, Dale Earnhardt always said, you know, first or second place is a first place loser, and I don't plan on losing, man.
Well, good luck. We'll see if you can pull off the double feature wins.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Joseph Pratt in that Tommy Gun Customs machine, sitting there and picking up a win in his first SRL race. Congrats to him. And we'll see if he can get back to the front. Remember, we're going to invert the field, and he'll have to start last after picking up the win. He'll get 40 laps to try and find his way to the front. See if he can get that done. Let's go have a chat with Scott if he's hanging out. He is. Scott, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I sure do. How's it going, bud?
That's going good. That first race was quite interesting, and now it's going to get even wilder with the less room to pass, with the line being right up at the wall. What do you think is going to happen here in feature number 2?
Somebody said during the race, I forget who, but it's going to be interesting to see what the cushion does. It sounds obvious, but the cushion is going to dictate the cushion is going to dictate what the racing does. I think it's going to be, my personal opinion, I think it's going to be one lane around the bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
I think people will just keep beating the crap out of the wall. And
that too. I mean, I think you're going to see a lot of like
wall riding,
into the wall, and some wall riding.
Maybe you can encourage them not to deliberately wall ride.
Yeah.
10-4. Well,
yeah.
Good
racers
luck.
will be racers.
True. Very true. Good luck, and we'll see how it all plays out.
All right. Enjoy the show.
Scott Elson saying he thinks it'll be around the bottom. I'd be kind of surprised. William saying that was fun. How much fun did you have, Mr. William? Final 15 seconds of warm-ups tick off here. Jump live and see who's out there. Like Tackwell, Mullins, and Joseph. And it's time for feature number 2. Just like that. And here we go.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I'm proud of you, Beta. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate the lurk. And warm-up is complete. Here we go into our feature number 2. Remember, we're inverting the field from feature number 1. Get this thing cleared out here, and let's go through our starting lineup. Once again, presented by our friends at Labor 12. Let everybody get out on the track. We got about 30 seconds to get out there. And Chris Alkire is going to be starting on pole. We'll see if Will Ashbrenner gets out there. Alkire, we don't see Branner on track. Ashbrenner. He would start second if he gets out there. With Mullins will roll off from the 3rd spot. Henry Call-off in 4th. Scott Elson starts in 5th. Ethan Evers will roll off in 6th. Damon Nagel will start 7th alongside Colin Teague in 8th. Cody Ernest will start in 9th. Ashton Tackwell 10th. And Joseph Pratt in 11th. Don't see Ashton Brenner. We might have 10 cars here in feature number 2. He hasn't said in chat whether he's sticking around or not. Looks like not as the call-off machine starts to roll. That means no Will Ashburner in feature number 2, so they weren't able to get that 83 car back out there. Bill not realizing we turn off sound commands during the actual race. Can't have YouTube getting angry at us. All caps realized. Dang. Getting yelled at now. 10 extra laps, 40 laps feature number 2. Top 3, Ernest, Tackwell, and Pratt now start 9th, 10th, and 11th, which is moved up 1 by the 83 not in the field. Toyota. Toyota for you tonight, sir. I'll have time between the races to get it to you. She'll be fine. I even made you a nice fancy 10 to go like your 22. Half a lap away from getting this one started. Have to wait for the green on the initial start. All the other starts are on the leader. He'll roll slowly through 3 and 4. We're about to get feature number 2 underway from Port Royal. And there is our green flag. Man, they waited almost till the flag stand. That took forever. Cliff Mullins wasted no time launching out of there. We've already got people bouncing off the wall. Already lost the nose on the Joseph Pratt machine. Last feature's winner in the 63 and 35 Scott Elson battle for second. But you look in the background, you see that white machine with no nose. That can overheat quickly. Colin Teague once again hitting the wall hard. And Colin Teague's hit everything out here in Port Royal. 35 Scott Elson holding on to second, then 3 wide for third. Call off Damon Nagel and Cody Ernest. Ernest making quick work. Trying to get up to the front. It's up to the 3rd spot. Working on second. See battle Scott Elson hanging on to the bottom there. Ernest cleanly takes second. Nice beta. What's wrong with the... Oh, the yellow is out. What's wrong with them? Then I realized there's a bumper in the middle of the track and the yellow is out. Well, I looked away to read chat for a second. Colin Teague seems to have had quite the issue. I'll have to go back live here. It went back a little farther than I wanted it to. Oh, he broke a left front. You see the wheel completely bouncing every direction but the way it's supposed to go. Then he tries to drive it to the inside and the caution waves as a result. Colin Teague breaking the left front suspension. He's hit the wall so hard. Driving it back to the pits at least, not having to take a tow. Struggling to get it turned. He uses the wall to get it to point the right way. Strange pit area. 83 and the 12 going to the pit lane. And a brand new car for the 12. Gets his front bumper back and suspension fixed up. Apparently he wants to go back to his pit for something. Not sure what, because you don't get tires, you don't get fuel. He heads back out. Ashbrenner did come back out. Ashbrenner scored a lap down now. And if you lose a tire, then it's even harder to get back. You have to take a tow truck. I mean, you can try to drive it. Sometimes it'll drive, but as you saw, it can be rather difficult. So Mullins getting some laps led here. Obviously not under caution, but he picked up the first 2. Give me this 3-wheeled monster. I'll show you how to ride it. I'm scared. Very scared. Colin Teague having some blinking back there. Alright, let's see where the line plays out here. That top is very worn in. Mullins gets the launch. Takes off over Cody Ernest and the 35 of Elston. They go side by side into 1 and 2. Ernest wrapping the bottom. Mullins down there too. You see Joseph Pratt knock the front end off. He don't care. He's already up to 3rd. He don't need a front end. Battling Elston for that spot. Damon Nagel there in 5th. You know, call off Tackwell Ethan Evers. So the field roaring towards you. And Pratt sliding that white machine well into the corner. Everybody's searching for grip. Pratt bounces it off the wall. He's going to have to contend with Nagel now as Cody Ernest is going to try to take the top side and see if he can find a way past Mullins. Pratt goes up there as well. And Mullins making that low line work. Ernest now trying to beat him to the bottom. You see Pratt sliding it in there very deep. Nagel trying to take advantage to get to his inside. Nothing doing. Looks like Tackwell on the inside of Elston. Call off battling Nagel. Pratt now closed right in on the back of Cody Ernest. Everybody looking for any kind of grip here at Port Royal as the track's getting well worn as we see 3 of the top 5 cars all hit the wall coming out of 3rd too. Track getting very slick. Mullins losing the back end a bit, but he hangs on to it. That's going to allow Cody Ernest to try and get alongside. Pratt's going to go to the top, and we got a 3-wide battle for this lead. Cliff making the in-middle groove work pretty good and pulls ahead a bit again. I believe that's Call-Off battling for 4th with Nagel now. Ernest trying to get even lower than Cliff. Cliff, a short tracker from Virginia, he knows how to get to the bottom. And here he is, keeping that door open for Ernest. I think Cliff liked the traction through the middle a little better last time, but that's allowing Ernest to keep that nose in there. And you got Pratt right there in that 71 white machine, 51 on your scoreboard. I think Ernest is going to have the lead here. Mullins struggled to get off of turn 4. And Cody Ernest takes the lead. Now Pratt trying to go back to the lead. And just 10 laps on a track they said is too slick to pass on. Pratt's trying to take the lead from the back. Pratt and Ernest battle up for the top spot. Ernest still trying to find that traction on the high line. Thought Ernest might give him the crossover, but he couldn't get alongside. Pratt did a great job getting traction out of that corner. Pratt back to the lead. Ernest now 2nd. You have Mullins and Nagel battling for the 3rd spot. Nagel clears Mullins, takes over 3rd. Mullins and Call-Off, and now Nagel as well. All 3 go side by side. I don't think Ernest is ready to give up on the lead, but he can't quite seem to catch up to Pratt. Oh, Mullins bounces hard off Damon Nagel, loops it around, and that should be the caution. There is Elston getting into him, and caution does fly. 2nd one of this race. 13 laps in. Cliff Mullins drops to the tail of the field. I think Scott Elston got a broken suspension out of that as well. 35 machine wheels pointing in different directions. Catch back up to the group before he comes down the pit lane. I wonder if Pratt will come down and take his front end again, or if he doesn't care. Obviously he would lose the track position. You can't overheat with no nose. Be an interesting call. Obviously it's fast, still goes to the front, but you can cake that radiator up and blow a motor. We'll see what the call is from Pratt. Looks like he's already made the call as Elston and Mullins Elston obviously had to pit. Mullins not much better off. He's going to come down and take his fast repair. Will Asherbrenner making his way in. He's got right front damage, it looks like. Alkire, he's been on and off the pit lane for a fast repair and back out there. 2 laps down now. So Pratt decides to hell with the front bumper. We're going for the win. I don't blame him one bit.
Ernie.
See what the drivers are chatting about as we circle under caution. Pratt and Ernest will be your front row. A little surprised Ernest chose, or Pratt chose the bottom here. Saw him choose the top in the other feature. Tells you how worn out that top is now. Field getting tight. Elston giving the 8 a shot. About a half lap away from going back racing here at Port Royal. 13 down, 27 to go. Pratt's already made his way back to the front, which is rather impressive. And there we go, back racing once again here at Port Royal. Pratt jumps out to a quick advantage. You have Ernest and Elston, 88-86. Battle for second. Damon Nagel running that inside line. Want to send Ernest back to third. And third caution waves. It's like Colin Teague and Will Asherbrenner have come together over in 3 and 4.
Sorry about that last restart. Went third gear and it just went the rev limiter.
Oh! Colin Teague hits the inside wall, the one thing he hadn't hit yet, then goes up and hits Ethan Evers. Will Asherbrenner.
You got a shit in a fourth to go.
Asherbrenner slows down to avoid him.
What is our lead position?
I don't know who that was talking, but they sounded like Gambit in the Wolverine movie. Thought Remy LeBeau was out there in a car all of a sudden. So Pratt, Ernest, Nagel, your top 3. Tackwell and Evers rounding out the top 5. Then Elston, Mullins, call off, and Teague that just looped it. Asherbrenner back on the pit lane. You don't get any more fast repairs. Unless he's fixing damage. Oh, he did still have the fast repair. Look at that. Whole nose
This
came
one
back
should
on.
be a single file restart. We did not finish a lap.
We shall see. iRacing does kooky things.
Hey, same rules, right? The billboards and whatnot.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
They have laid way back from the pacing vehicle,
Thanks,
which
sir.
I don't think they're supposed to do. Not that far.
You gonna block? You gonna block for me, Cody?
Yeah, I got you back.
You probably gonna fly by me, bro. My controller's literally about
Controller's about to die. That's a problem. I had heard dirt is easier on controller.
I got them controller. I got them batteries I gave you on the freaking remote. They weren't new.
They weren't new.
this PlayStation 2 controller sucks.
Green flag back out in the air. Joseph Pratt gets the jump on Ernest.
First time I ever used Mad Cats.
Most of the field pretty strung out after that restart, although David Nagel trying to get to Cody Ernest. Got the nose in there. Sends Ernest up the hill. Ernest just, you see, no traction, kept sliding up the hill and kept sliding up the hill. Now Nagel runs through the middle. That'll actually let Ernest get back to the bottom. I think Ernest is more comfortable down there. Heard Scott say it'd be a run right around the bottom. So far, he's starting to look correct. Cliff Mullins just had a big moment. Bounced off the side of, I believe it was Elston, trying to stay off of him. Had the wheel cut so sharp it shot him back to the wall. Tackwell having some connection issues. Pratt leads Nagel and Ernest battle. Then Tackwell and Ethan Evers your top 5. Scott Elston, Henry call off Colin
You
T.
win this, I'm throwing my wheel and buying a controller. You won the last one.
Saw Damon Nagel bounce it off the wall. Cody Ernest still not able to take advantage.
I bought this. I got it from Best Buy. It's a Mad Cat. It looks like a PlayStation 2 controller.
The drivers realize they're getting beat by a guy on controller.
It's the same one they used in that submarine that went down.
Oh no. Don't go exploring. Don't go exploring the Titanic in your dirt street stock, and we'll be okay. Will Ashburner allowing the field to get by on the inside. Continue to watch this battle for second. Just about everything else is strung out. Tackwell getting right on the back bumper of the 88 and then disappearing again, and then reappearing. Nagel making it very difficult for Ernest to get by him. Meanwhile, Pratt keeps inching away. Halfway through feature number 2. So far, Port Royal is about what we expected it to be.
I honestly did see his controller before. He has a rubber band between the 2 joysticks. There's a force feedback.
Tackwell once again having a moment there of connectivity issues, but Pratt out in front by 1.6 seconds. And you have Damon Nagel, Cody Ernest battling for second. Tackwell alone in third. Ethan Evers goes around the 8 machine, loops it. And that's going to bring out our 4th caution here in feature 2. See what can happen. See what happened to the Bud machine. Looks like it just a little too much rotation. Back in, couldn't get any traction over the slick, and around he goes.
Hey, is anybody else having issues with the automatic feature, like it's shifting into third shift and hit the brakes? Or is that just me?
We got somebody's car shifting.
Yeah, we don't run automatic.
I think we suck, guys. We're getting beat by a controller. That's on automatic. Sell my my entire rig for about $100 on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know.
Well, hey, I am looking for a wheel.
You're gonna be dangerous on a wheel if you're doing this on a controller.
Dude, you should see me on that World of Outlaws on PlayStation 4. I smoke them.
I put out a bad Xbox.
Oh, yeah. Xbox is a lot faster, I heard.
Having a blast here at Port Royal. Mr. Ghostman going to put on an Xfinity race for us here at about 18 laps. It kicks off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Central. Running at Dover could be a wild time. 66 cars on the roster, 38 spots available. We'll see if everyone shows up. We may have another week of qualifying actually mattering. See if you can join the race. Jump in at dgsracing.com. Links there to our Discord. You can sign up and join us. Jake sadly not racing. Pace truck heads off. Field bunched up for the restart, just past halfway here.
What's really crazy is you're actually really smooth on the throttle and the brake because he's on pedals, but he's steering with the controller. Guy couldn't afford a steering wheel.
That is kind of crazy. Pratt out into the lead once again. You have Nagel and Ernest. Tackwell trying to get to the outside of Ernest. Oh, our leader had a bit of a bobble. That allows Nagel to get to his outside. So far, though, the low line's been the way to go. We'll see if there's any kind of traction for Nagel up there. Or Tackwell. Both of them trying to high line. Nagel's going to loop it. Gets it down to the inside wall. Takes Cody Ernest with them. And unfortunately, that's going to do it. And Cody Ernest gets tagged by Colin Teague well after the incident.
My bad.
Colin Teague. Bit of a weapon tonight.
Hey, Damon, that's a beautiful car, man. Who did that?
I painted it.
Dude, top notch.
Colin Teague getting Cody Ernest
Lots
around.
of design from Simrat Market, though.
Ooh.
Simrat Market, I thought
I'm
it
gonna
was...
give you like a low 5. But I do like it. Colors are on point.
thought it was from 1023 Graphics. Well, that didn't last very long. We got about a lap and a half in. Now we wait once again. Drivers are struggling. This track's very slick at this point. Normally we'd go and interview them, but the cautions of these short tracks are quick usually. One word to describe your dirt race, Cliff.
Huh?
One word to describe your dirt race.
Fuck them.
Cliff has made fuck 'em one word now.
We're single file.
Cliff currently in 6th.
Single progress.
One word to describe Cliff's amount of championships.
0.
It's Andrew Beach. Hey Trenton, whose fault is it?
Huh?
Whose fault is it?
I guess probably Hayden's.
Correct. They're all hanging out waiting for the Xfinity race. Figure we give them a quick chat while we wait for the restart. But now Pratt out in front of Cody Ernest, Ashton Tackwell 3rd, and Caldwell 4th. Scott Elston in 5th, and Cliff Mullins trying to get to his inside. Nothing doing there. Now Colin T's going to get to the outside of Mullins. It's the top 5 are all single file. Oh, Ethan Evers gets into Colin Teague and loops it. That'll be another caution. There it is. 6th caution. Ethan Evers looping it. Let's get a quick replay on that one. Looks like he was just underneath Colin Teague. Didn't want to hit him, so he tried to keep the wheel cut sharp and unfortunately spun out that Budweiser Chevy. There it is. Around he went. And there's your caution being triggered as the other cars go past the backwards machine of Ethan Evers. We're going about a lap at a time here. Might be middle of the Xfinity race by the time we get this race done. Hey, William.
Yeah,
You and Alkai are on the same lap now. You have somebody to battle.
I see that.
I'll go up there and have some fun with them.
We're trying to keep it straight.
Seems to be a bit of a challenge right now. Track seems pretty slick. How is it behind the wheel?
Second plate.
Interesting.
Interesting, you say. Is it more bottom right now or middle, top? What's working for you?
I'm going wherever the car's going.
10-4. Sometimes you just gotta let the car do its thing.
Right?
Well, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Bill, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're in the middle of this dirt race here. What's it going to take to get you out here on the dirt?
Asphalt.
So if we run the dirt car enough that the asphalt starts showing through, you'll come out?
Maybe.
Zenfor, we'll see you in Xfinity in a little bit.
Yeah. I've won some dirt races.
Yeah, and
So-
street stock.
And truck.
Okay, we'll give you that one truck win.
Yeah, Knoxville.
Yeah, but you know, you haven't been out here in the all dirt series.
No.
Get out of here.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Giving Bill some crap, just because we can. Passing the time while we are under caution, but the lights are now out on the pace truck. We are half a lap away from getting restarted. Sackwell gets Ernest in the left rear under caution. That was strange. And here we try again. Remember, he has to wait till those the last two billboards. There'll be a gap and then two more. We're right about there. Now we can go. Pratt jumps on the loud pedal, gets the distance on Cody Ernest. Cliff Mullins all kind of out of shape in that back there, causes everyone to scramble. Sackwell goes all the way to third, jumps ahead of Koloff. Sackwell going to try and put the pressure on here. Pratt already disappearing, as is Ernest. Sackwell, Koloff, and Elston giving us the best hope for a battle. Cliff Mullins now all the way up to that top side, riding right up by the wall, trying to see if there's any grip left up there, but can't get the power down off the corner. So Koloff also struggle off the corner. Sackwell, meanwhile, is closing in on Cody Ernest. Black 25 starting to find a little speeds. He's pulled away from Koloff. Mullins riding the wall, trying to get past Elston on that top side. He's giving it the old Chastain. See him off the corner, just can't get it to hook up. Dances every which way. He's still inching ahead of Elston. Damon Nagel right there in the middle, the purple and chrome car. And Colin Teague back there in 8th. Always makes things exciting one way or another. Ernest starting to close in on Pratt. Could see a battle here for the lead shaping up. Ernest has made his way up there with 11 laps to go here at Port Royal. Action, though, is still back here in the pack. Nagel, Elston, Mullins. And we have Colin Teague in the mix as well. Teague definitely riding the wall. Mullins trying to get it to hook up. Colin Teague makes contact with Nagel. Nagel gets down to Elston. Those are teammates over at Gearhead Racing. Bouncing off one another. Colin Teague, great move to power up that number 12 machine and blast by the outside of both the 86 and 35. That'll put the 12 of Colin Teague up into 6th. Ethan Evers trying to follow him around on that high line. Elston, by not riding the walls, falling all the way to 9th. Back up front, Cody Ernest still putting the pressure on. He's moved up to the top. Trying to see if he can find something here on race leader Pratt. Gets to his outside, and right as we're about to get a battle, the caution waves. Most unfortunate. It's like Colin Teague and Damon Nagel involved in that one. They come to a complete stop. Looks like it was a connection issue. Couldn't tell where Colin Teague is. Damon Nagel gets to his outside. Colin Teague didn't care, just drove right up into him. Basically turned himself into the outside wall, clearing across the nose of Damon Nagel in the 86. Colin Teague and Damon Nagel both pay the price for the 12 car's mistake. And they'll go to the tail end of the lead lap machines. Was that some beef we had? Oh, he's on the pit lane now. Kind of wanted to see what's going on there. Oh, they're just behind Bandio. Lights still on the pace truck. Let's see who else we can harass under caution. Hey Blake, you're not winning.
Yeah, I had some more stuff I had to do.
Sad.
Yeah, I had to change a rear Spindle, I'm the old four banger.
Well, I know you're not much of a fan of Port Royal anyway.
No, I like Port Royal. It depends. Is it on the top or bottom?
Well, it was at the top. Now it's the bottom.
Yeah, I think I would have won.
You
I like
were.
everything about him.
You really hated it in sprint cars, though.
Well, on the 360, yeah.
Yeah, you weren't a fan of it at all.
In the 410, though, when you're ripping the top, it's a lot of fun.
There you go. Well, what about dirt street stocks? Where would you be wanting to run?
At the bottom.
10-4.
Because, dude, if you hit that bottom just right out of 4, you're passing everybody.
Nice. Well, we got 8 laps to go. Maybe someone heard you. See if someone can find that bottom groove and hook it up.
They need to. You gotta be hitting the wall, though, well, basically.
We'll see Mr. Pro Dirt license out in the Xfinity race here in a little bit. Good luck.
Yeah.
About a half a lap away from green. Saw Blake was hanging on Discord. Figured we'd give him a chat. He knows a lot about the dirt stuffs. Single file restarts. We didn't go long enough to get a double. Plus we're inside 10 to go, so I think the rest of them are going to be single. Pratt gets the restart. You saw the bump from Tackwell into Ernest. That actually helped Ernest. Ernest kept up with Broseph Pratt quite well because of that bump. We'll see if they're able to put on a show. Once again, Pratt goes to the bottom and Ernest straight to the top, rides that wall a little bit. See if he can get the hookup off the corner of 2. We got a wreck in the background. That was Ethan Evers around. The caution is back out while we're trying to have a race for the lead. Damon Nagel involved in that one, and Ethan Evers. I think this is going to be Ethan losing control a bit and then collecting Damon Nagel. Yep. You can go with the 8 car here. There we go. Going to lose it behind Mullins. Get a little too much rotation to go down the hill, and Scott Elston somehow misses that. Damon Nagel does not. Go on board with Mr. Damon Nagel. See him and Scott battling. And all of a sudden you're going to see a Budweiser car just bam out of nowhere. Poor Damon Nagel. Had no idea that was coming. Let's see if we can get a shot from Ethan here. He's down there getting his repairs done. Sees behind Mullins here. Just too much rotation right here. Scott Elston's view is going to be fantastic. Let's see if we can get on the roof of this one. That's the rear. That's the side. That's the inside. There we go. And there goes Ethan right across his nose. That's got to be cool from the cockpit. Meow. Pretty good. Pretty good camera there. See Ethan now on the pit lane. Lots of repairs going on. Practice should be about to open up for Xfinity. Those of you jumping in for that. See, lights are out on the pace truck. It's turning in. We're about a half a lap away from going green. Big Cannonball, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're a fan of the band called Ailstorm and all of their very fun Cannonball references. Field rolls into 3. Oh, practice has been open for a while. Travis did an hour practice again, so there you go. Green flag back in the air. Pratt gets the jump. Cody Ernest trying to hang right with him. We have a battle for the lead. Both of them this time up the track. Pratt has seen what Cody Ernest has been doing up there. It looks like he has moved to the top. Now Ernest's hugging that bottom. He's going to slide it up in front of Pratt. Pratt's going to cut it back to the inside. Pratt trying to get that nose back out in front, or what's left of it. Ernest now switches back to the inside lane. Pratt's going to slide up, try to find some traction through the middle. Ernest digging on bottom. We got Cliff Mullins halfway around back there. He saves it. This battle for the lead quite good as we come off turn number 4. Pratt leads that lap. 5 laps to go from Port Royal. Pratt running the middle. Ernest trying to find grip on the bottom. Nothing doing there. We'll see if he switches to the top down at this end, and he does. Kind of expected that. Gets it up and into the outside wall briefly. And try to get the traction and get to the outside once again of leader Pratt. And 9th caution while we're enjoying our race for the lead once again. Asherbrenner's gone around this time. This one's going to be by himself. A little too much rotation in the car. Mullins and Alkire go by to trigger the caution. And that's going to make things very interesting. Be, I believe, a 3-lap shootout once they turn us loose. Hoping some of those top guys will be in Discord once again to have a chat with. It looks like they're a little busy. Don't want to be interviewed. The Ethan Evers car has retired from the race, so they weren't able to get it repaired in time to beat out Alkire and Asherbrenner, so no point staying in. Ethan will probably jump over into Xfinity practice. Running Dover tonight over in Xfinity cars. Could be quite the event, one way or another. It'll definitely be a show of some sort. All right, Chad, who you got? Pratt or Ernest? Ernest or Pratt? Make your picks. Or do they wipe each other out and somebody else wins? Jake says Cliff's gonna win. It could happen. It could happen. Rolling into 3 and 4. Gonna be a 3-lap shootout. See who is victorious here in Port Royal tonight. Pratt running a little lower. He didn't want to be up by the wall. And there he goes. Back on the loud pedal. Ernest trying to find some traction to keep up with him. Top 2 head into 1 and 2. Ernest right up by the wall once again. Pratt through the bottom side. I agree with you, Outlaw. Here comes Ernest to the inside. 2 laps to go, side by side for the lead at Port Royal. Now Pratt back down to the inside. Ernest up at the wall. We're going to come side by side off turn number 4. Ernest with the advantage. 1 lap to go, white flag in the air. What can Pratt do to try to respond? Call off 3rd, Tackwell 4th, and Elston your top 5. Nothing doing there. Ernest powers down the backstretch and pulls a little gap on Pratt. Ernest now around the bottom. Pratt Hail Marys it to the outside to try and get momentum to the line. And it's going to be Ernest with the win in feature number 2. Pratt comes home 2nd, and Call Off will round out your top 3. Then you have Tackwell and Elston, Damon Nagel, Colin Teague, Cliff Mullins. My gosh, they had a crash at the end there. Alkire and Asherbrenner rounding out your top 10. Cody Ernest wins feature number 2. If we could get all 3, Ernest, Pratt, and Callhoff, to the waiting room, please and thank you. We'll get your interviews locked and loaded. And we can get on to Dover and the Xfinity cars. then everyone disappears. Want to jump back a little bit to get their cars on track while we talk to them. Cody Ernest and Joseph Pratt put on quite a show there for us at the end. Fantastic racing side by side. I didn't think the track had it in it to be able to run 2 lines, but there we were. Battling very hard. Still waiting for, there we go, call-offs in the broadcast booth. We'll get him first. Henry, DG, you got a copy?
Yep, I do.
Well, we had quite the battle out there. 40 laps on a very slick track. First of all, how was the racing?
Yeah, so I guess I'll go over the first race. So I mean the car was good, short runs, and then it just got way too loose. You know, anytime I try to, go to the high side, it would just, almost go to a 90-degree angle. So I made a little bit of adjustment in the steering ratio and all that, and the car was a lot better, I would say. We just didn't have a long run for the second race to really know how good the car was, but overall it was really fun. I've always enjoyed, well, I shouldn't say always, but I've enjoyed doing this series so far, and I'm hoping to go full time, but that's gonna be kind of a race by race deal. So, yeah.
10-4. Well, congrats on the strong run. 3rd place finish. You got friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for us?
Yeah, well, I want to thank all the people that support my small team, and we've been getting better every race, and hopefully we can continue to get better. And I'll be racing Friday in the Golden Eagle Series at Daytona, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Yep. All right, 10-4. Congrats on that 3rd place finish, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep. Thank you.
Bring in Joseph Pratt in the 51. Joseph, DG, you got a copy?
What's up, man?
Not a whole lot. You put on a hell of a show. Almost pulled off the double features, but then Cody Ernest had to show up and ruin your party. What was it like with the racing there towards the end, and how much fun did you have?
Oh man, I think about lap 20 in, man, my batteries and my controller started buzzing out like it was dying. So I don't know. I was worried about that the whole race. He ran a good race though, for sure.
These people don't believe me when I say I'm told all the time the dirt's a little bit easier on controller. Well, you just kind of proved it.
Yeah. Mad Cats, baby.
Well, congrats on that strong 2nd place run, and you're winning the first feature. You got the friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for us?
Oh man, God first. God did.
Go on.
That's it, man. God first.
And nothing else?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for putting on the race. I'm so sorry. It's my first league race ever, man. I'm sorry.
10-4. All right. Well, next week.
Oh, hey. Let me tell you though. This is a great league. It's fun. It's free. Nobody's wrecking people on purpose, and the racing is badass.
10-4. Well, next week we'll have to get you 51s on the door. You won't get points. You get 1 week to fix it.
You talking about? Oh, my bad, man. I thought it was okay. I got you. I'm sorry.
10-4, bud. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we get you all straightened out.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you.
Joseph Pratt brings it home P2. Now we go get our race winner, Mr. Cody Ernest. Cody, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you spoiled Mr. Joseph's double feature wins tonight as you snuck by him there at the end. How did you know that top line would be just enough to get back by him?
I thought it was going to come in, but I wasn't really sure. And then about, I don't know, 2 cautions before that, I went to the top. And it just felt good, but I'd never really had a shot because every time I'd even go up there, the other caution would come out. So I was like, well, a couple laps left. I might as well try something because the bottom really isn't working. Wasn't working for me, really. Like, I could keep up, but I couldn't get enough speed to do anything with it.
10-4. So, you look good out there. You're able to pick up the win running that high line. And, well, go ahead and give me your friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for your strong win here in Feature 2.
I'd like to thank you for all this and putting us on. I'd like to thank TNT and all those guys over there, Always Racing, Flow Vision, Joseph Pratt for putting your guys' logo on. And I'd like to apologize for all the bullshit stuff that went on with that earlier in the Discord. So
I was having fun with it. Don't worry.
well,
It's all good.
it was just like I couldn't figure it out, and then I messaged him, and we couldn't figure it out at all. And then finally we got it to work because like it was showing up in trading paints, like it would be on my car, but it wasn't showing up on my car.
Well, we got it all straightened out. Congrats to you two for figuring that out and for getting the 1-2 here. And we appreciate you coming out. Hopefully we'll see you back here next week.
Hey, thanks, man.
Cody Ernest getting feature number 2 win. Go ahead and look at our final results here in feature number 2 on the Fancy Pretty board, since we have one. Once we jump everything live and get these things out the way. Lots of things to do over here in the graphics department. All right, let's go ahead and pull in results from Port Royal here. This is feature number 2 only. Cody Ernest, Joseph Pratt, Henry Koloff, Ashton Tackwell, Damon Nagel picking up top 5. Scott Elston, Colin T, Cliff Mullins, Chris Alkire, Will Ashbrenner rounding out the top 10. And our 11th entrant, Ethan Evers, ends up fittingly 8 laps down. That's his number 8. So I'm sure he'll be excited about that. I hope everyone enjoyed our broadcast here. We'll be switching over to Xfinity modes here very soon. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you in the Xfinity broadcast. Thank you so much.